Uhuru Kwanjenga. This is the symbol of state repression. This is the symbol of the murder of young girls and young boys. This is where some of the finest sons and daughters of Kenyans' life has been exterminated. In Uhuru Kwanjenga, this is where extrajudicial killings is at its fever pitch. This is where police can get into any poor person's house without any such warrants. But we were impressed how deeply the poor people of Uhuru Kwanjenga understands the impeachment motion as a necessary distraction for a political class to preserve themselves in power. In fact, they said that this bus, the Kenya Kwanza bus, with President William Ruto as the driver and Deputy Gachagua as the makanga in the bus. And even they went further and said that this Kenya Kwanza bus is also carrying members of parliament, which they call abiria. And finally, they said that they have two turn boys, which is Mudavadi and Wetangula, must actually sink in its entirety. And they even enrich the debate further that as the Kenya Kwanza bus sinks, even the hired mechanic, which is Raila, that is meant to save the bus, must sink with it. This is the deep understanding of the poor people. Remember, the anti-poor people propaganda has been very intense to tell us that the poor people do not have a brain, that the poor people cannot think for themselves. But this kind of logic from Uhuru Kwanjenga explains that the poor people actually deeply understands that the problem of this country is the rich political class, whether they are in the opposition or in government. So, in summary, the entire political class is not just in a crisis, but they have inspired the most exclusive hate from the majority of the Kenyan people. And the impeachment motion, especially the two most top accusation against Deputy President Gachagua, President William Samoei Ruto, is fully guilty of that. In fact, the Kenya Kwanza regime is a product of corruption, is a product of tribalism. They actually managed to rig themselves